Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to show you how I work in SolidWorks here with the assignment. I received the assignment last week, so I had the opportunity over the weekend to think about this and how will be solved. Of course, there are some assumptions to take. It's a nice table, but there are some issues here with the structural components, the supporting of this table, how to connect them properly to make sure that it's stable. The bends, the standard machines probably are not going to achieve these bends in this way. So of course we need to create here a piece which is much easier to produce without sacrificing the look. So that's something that's the I guess the most work to be done on this sample. For the top portion is easy. There are some considerations like the sharp corners. Make sure that there are no sharp corners. There are some of the bendings that need to be with the right directions, of course, to make sure that everything can be assembled in case this is to be shipped in parts and make the assembly in place, which is going to save the space. So there are those things. But for now, I'm going to start with the top of the table, which I assume that is 48 by 24 inches. And I will show you quickly how I will do it. So just I will start my new part in SolidWorks. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to work for now in Imperial system, which is something at the beginning of every project has to be discussed and make sure that we are all in the same units. Of course, is very important. But for me, with my experience, it's no problem to interpret within imperial to metrics and make the conversions. That's something I have been always working with. Anyways, so I'm going to start quickly with my first sketch to draw the profile of the table. I'm going to choose the right plane to make that in the right plane and make that in the center. So this is going to be my profile of the table. I make sure that horizontal and vertical lines are right placed. Now I'm going to attach this this profile to a specific origin point, which make things very easy later. I'm going to throw some dimensions, which is the 24 inches wide. And I'm going to make this profile of 1.5 inch high. I'm going to make this bend 1 inch only. To make sure that both sides are symmetrical and identical, which is something always to think ahead when we start something in SolidWorks. So I'm going to pick the two bends and I'm going to make them equal. I'm going to pick the other two bends and I'm going to make them equal. So with that in mind, now my profile is black, which means it's fully determined. And I'm good to go with the extrusion and creation of the sheet metal part for this nice top of table. That's it. I have it ready. I go to my sheet metal tab and I choose my right tool to do it. I'm gonna put this in the mid plane, so it means that my sketch is in the middle of the table, as you know, as the main profile. I'm gonna make this 48 inches, which is the long of how long is gonna be the table. And there are other parameters to pick. For now, I'm gonna assume that is gauge 10, which is a little bit more than 3 millimeters, 0.13 inches. I'm gonna assume that the radius for this is 3/16, which is this is the actual value in decimals of inches. So okay, that's done. So we have already a nice part. I'm gonna turn on the planes to show you that it's important to work exactly in the middle of everything when it's something symmetrical like this. So when I draw my legs, everything is going to be nicely mirrored with this plane, and the assembly is going to look right. There is one more feature that I would like to add to this part, which are these sharp corners here. So I'm going to make sure that these sharp corners are with fillets. Why? Because we don't want to hurt anyone with these corners. So, and the machine is going to cut nicely the, the part when it's the right place. I'm going to, when it's in the right in the right place. I'm gonna pick the 4 fillets. This is important. Why? Because if I need to change these later, so I come to this feature and change all of them at the same time, so I don't have to do one by one. Very important tool. So I'm gonna make these for now symmetric, and I'm gonna make them one quarter radius, 1/4 inch radius, which is probably something nice, not too big, not too small, and I'm done. My first part is nice and done. What I can do, for instance, with this part later on is, as you see it here, I can go with my sheet metal tool and flatten everything. So as you see, SolidWorks opens everything, and I'm gonna have the opportunity to specify these radiuses, and of course produce the CAD file, the CAD profiles. So with CAD CAM or the machine, the laser or water jet machine that is cutting this part, so it's gonna cut it, and it's gonna allow the right allowances for the bending, and then it goes to the bending machine, and when it goes to the bending machine, of course it's gonna look nice as it should be. For now, that's it. Thank you so much, and I will continue with the legs, and I will let you know as soon as I can do it. Again, I'm busy with other things, but I don't want to leave this one behind, because this is really important for me. So thank you and have a great day. Bye.